Baby, make me laugh.
Say my name, baby. Say my name.
Oh my.
I don't know who told him that the WhatsApp disappearing cannot be retrieved. Maybe we need to help the minister. The WhatsApp are disappearing, they cannot be retrieved. I've said it before. There are footprints left on phones. Even if they delete messages, we retrieve them. Majority of you will not be able to stomach it. This country is going to burn.
I mean, General Ntantla Mkhwanazi, General Ntantla Mkhwanazi, General Ntantla Mkhwanazi, General Ntantla Mkhwanazi. I mean, this is the first cop in the history of the ANC, the first cop to come out and be like, but guys, okay, this is ultra corruption. This is corruption beyond measure. This is out of. This is the first cop to go up against the untouchables. You know, in South Africa, in Africa, there are people we call the untouchables. I mean, General Mkhwanazi going after, you know, people allegedly going after people who have funded the president, people who are supposed to be protected by the president, people who are, you know, in the president's party, ANC, loyalists, and and people who are, you know, funding the party. And then General Mkhwanazi goes after such people. This guy goes after drug cartels. This guy goes after people who have been committing, you know, murder in South Africa, political killings. I mean, we did a press briefing to address the public about what is really going on, and he looks like he's livid and he has had enough. General Mkhwanazi. But here's the thing also. I mean, here's the thing. Okay, I just see him as a whistleblower, because you need the resources to be in that position, because this guy says sensitive stuff. He says everything, spills the beans, and also if you've got, you know, something to tell, now you're going to have to go to committees. You just don't tell the truth and type it down in your laptop and send it to the president. No, you have to be now interrogated. No, the general is tired, guys. The general is tired. The general has exposed corruption. The general has exposed. So folks, as for General Ntantla Mkhwanazi, allow me to say this with reverence. Every knee must bend, every tongue must confess, every head must bow. Thou art the greatest of all time. What a cop, what a guy, what a gentleman. And a cop like this has to be, you know, a national treasure. I'm out of here. Salute, officer. Salute. Hey yo, what's going on? This is one and only AS African Siri, the man of the people, for the people, by the people, and my magic guys and my people ties here, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow South Africans, capitalists and socialists, and comrades. Yeah, we've got breaking news everywhere. It was just breaking news. Julius Malema has been found guilty. Breaking news. Julius Malema has been found guilty. Breaking news. Julius Malema has been found guilty. People were crying and others were celebrating. I mean, Julius Malema, the man who's known as Muammar Gaddafi from Temu, and the CIC, man, the commander-in-chief beggar, and you know, the leader of the EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters, has been, you know, found guilty after firing off what he himself says is a toy gun. So okay, fine. Julius Malema went to the event with a toy gun and said, okay, after this event, I want to fire a toy gun into the air just to show my celebrations. And toy gun. I mean, okay, for the whole 7 years, the state and everyone, the judges, the lawyers, everyone was just arguing. I put it to you, my friend, this is a toy gun. Okay, no, I put it to you, my learned friend, this is a real gun. Okay, my learned friend, show me the real gun. No, there's no evidence. Okay, there's evidence. Okay, my learned friend, what are we going to do here? Okay, no, the whole 7 years of all the things that people can do, they were debating whether that gun is a toy gun or it's a real gun. But Julius being Julius, man, and being a topic of many dinner tables. I mean, this is the guy who unsettles the world's richest man. I mean, Elon Musk would have to be, instead of thinking of Teslas and so on, he has to now channel his attention to Julius Malema and okay, what is this guy saying? Why is he singing his song, Kiss the Boer, Kiss the Farmer, Kiss the Boer, Kiss the Farmer? I mean, all that Kiss the Boer, Kiss the Farmer. Meanwhile, social media was having a field day. People were going hands off CIC with placards everywhere. Hands off CIC, hands off CIC. You dare touch the CIC, you are touching the system. You are touching the system. If you touch the CIC, you're touching the system. Okay, first of all, there's two types of systems which by any means not in conjunction or in connotation with each other. There's a capitalist system, a hyper-capitalist system in South Africa, and there's a hyper-socialist system. The capitalist system is the rich and wealthy, and and then the socialist system is that one of people who want to move from poverty and then upgrade it to middle class, then upgrade it to rich, upgrade it to wealthy. But yeah, man, President Donald J. Trump, when Cyril Ramaphosa visited him in the White House, he was like, why don't you arrest this man? Why is he saying this? Singing these songs. President, arrest this man. Arrest this man. He couldn't have it because he wanted, of course, because of Julius Malema's song, Kiss the Boer, Kiss the Farmer. He wanted him to be, okay, he encouraged the president to do something about it because, I don't understand, but it looks like he thought or he thinks or he believes that it's targeting the minorities in South Africa, and the minorities are like, yo, yes, it's targeting us. Oh my God, it's targeting us. And at some point, this sparks a large debate. It sparked a large debate about genocide in South Africa, and revolutionaries and people who love South Africa, patriots and mascots were like, there is no genocide. There is no genocide. There is no genocide in South Africa. And then yo folks, 3 days the judge couldn't deliver the verdict. 3 days. She couldn't deliver the verdict. At some point, she couldn't, deliberate on her, manuscripts that she herself has written, and and then people are like, yo, man, this is just like something of the longest foreplays ever in the history of mankind. Because how is the law, man? How is the law? Okay, fine. Okay, Julius gets a gun from a bodyguard, and then he shoots the toy gun, and then takes the toy gun to the bodyguard, and then the other one is guilty. The other one is not guilty. Teach me the law. Teach me the law. Teach me the law. I don't understand. I'm conflicted, yo, folks. But anyway, this is the one and only AS African Siri, the man of the people, for the people, by the people, and my magic lies on my people time. Another episode of Aluta continue. President Cyril Ramaphosa and his nephew are having the time of their lives in South Africa. Yo, President Cyril Ramaphosa's nephew, a whole president's nephew, has been found to be, corrupt or involved in corrupt activities with, looting a whole hospital. I mean, okay, I do understand people can loot. There's tenders. By the way, there's tenders everywhere in the whole world. Everywhere there's tenders are offered and by government for people to render services, people who are skilled, people who can still do business with the government. But to loot a whole hospital, that is like going to a church and pointing people with guns and saying, bring money, congregation money, bring congregation money. Even you ask everywhere, the church, the hospital. Even in a war zone, you don't just loot a church or a hospital or go after people when they're in a church or when they're in a hospital. But the president's nephew, he was found to be, involved in those shenanigans, and now they're taking his Lamborghinis, his, extravagant cars and houses and so on. And people are be like, oh yeah, let the justice be served. I'm like, I mean, people like Edwin sold his Ferraris, and after that Haman's Kral, Wotan thing, he's still free. I mean, after 256 million accusations, blah blah blah. I mean, the SIU and cameras and pretending to do something about it. It's just only the theatrics, and then he's just gonna be free, man. He's just gonna be free, and nothing's going to happen to him. It's just to show the public that they're doing something, folks. Just to show the public, okay, this guy has taken plus minus 3 billion from your hospital, and now people have returned to. Hangwani Maumela seems to be unbothered. I mean, how can you be bothered when your uncle is a president, is a head of state? I mean, is the head of state. You can still use your uncle to advance your interest. It's just he's just unbothered. He's just unbothered. Boys of privilege, freedom lover boys. At some point, Duduzani Zuma had that privilege. He had that privilege. Now that privilege is gone because the father is no longer a president, and at some point his father was arrested, and now Hangwani Maumela is just going the I got money, we got power, man. He's got power. I mean, if your uncle is your best friend, is your father, is your brother, the guys they're sorted. Yes, got money, loaded. These are the type of people to call their girlfriends and go, baby, we are loaded. We have looted the state, baby. Just dress up, we're going to Dubai. Just dress up, we're going to anywhere in the world. People are having fun. Where else, sad part of it is that people are dying when people are taking the money that they were supposed to serve the people, not with the people. African Siri doesn't like it when people are exploiting and marginalizing the people. This is outrageous. But nevertheless, folks, it is what it is. It can be reversible, and I've never seen anyone in power taking accountability and being arrested. But they're just taking cars and blah blah blah. I think they're going to return them back. But anyway, this is the one and only African Siri, folks. African. Folks, guess who's going to be persecuted not so long? Okay, this is allegedly. Mbalula is about to be persecuted. I mean, the NPA wanted to persecute, Mbalula, the Secretary General of the African National Congress. Basically, he's just the CEO of the African National Congress. But news reaching African series that Mbalula is about to be persecuted by AfriForum. AfriForum, the Boers, Afrikaners, about to persecute Mbalula for his lavish trip that he took to Dubai. I mean, of course, Mbalula doesn't strike me as the guy who can initiate an excursion to Dubai. No. He went to Dubai for flamboyance and flair, and then he came back. The case was just the docket was nowhere to be found. Now the AfriForum is his worst nightmare. AfriForum is going for Mbalula. Imagine a guy like Gary Nell going for Mbalula, because Mbalula strikes me as Mbalula strike me as a guy who is the weakest link of the mafia family. If you, it's like a jukebox. If you put money into him, he will sing for you. He will sing. I'm kidding you, but I'm telling the truth. This is the truth, the whole truth, but nothing but the truth. Okay, we await, the courts and the proceedings by AfriForum. Oh, I'm gonna be loving it. I'm gonna be having some popcorns, enjoying myself like nobody's business, and watching the courts prevail every day, any day, and so on and so forth and stuff like that. This is African Siri, you all. We wait to see what's going to happen. This is gonna be like a movie, not a nightmare, but a night. Well, folks, there's nothing wrong if someone takes a trip to Dubai. There's nothing wrong at all. Anyone goes to Dubai. People go to Dubai for their holidays after a long stressing month, quarter, a year, and so on and so forth, for pictures, for flair and flamboyance. But there's everything wrong if you go to Dubai and your trip was paid for. Okay, fine, paid for is not a problem, but who paid your trip? Who paid Mbalula's trip? That's the big question. Who paid for Mbalula's trip. Okay, who sponsored? Trip, it sounds like it's only a flight. No. Because Fikile Mbalula is, yeah, he went to Dubai, and it is rumored that this trip was sponsored by heavyweights and gurus in the underworld, and then that's where his problems lie. Because that's why he goes, no, I'm innocent. The Afri-Forum, they're racist. They're racist. I'm a big, you're persecuting me because I'm a black man. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, man, this has nothing to do with that. This has everything to do with the fact that you have to go and tell the nation, how did you make it to Dubai? How did you make it to Dubai? Because funny thing is that, of course, Fikile Mbalula, there's images and photos of him in Dubai at that point in time, because of course he's a politician, but he's got a celebrity type of politician, and at some point the same guy was the minister of police. Okay, Minister of Sports and Culture, let's leave that one. Minister of Police, involved in the underworld, not involved in the underworld, but with the what am I even saying? But yeah, if someone is paying for your trip and you're Minister of Police, it's about to get real, baby. Woo! Fikile Mbalula is in trouble. The guy is in trouble, and by look of things, ANC is losing power. I mean, the amount of hypocrisy, incompetence, and from the former liberators, they liberated themselves in their pocket. But anyway, this is the one and only AS African Siri, baby. African Siri. Okay, we'll see Fikile Mbalula in court justifying himself and defending himself about the trip and so on. If that is to happen, we don't know if it's going to happen. This is South Africa, anything can happen. But yeah, the rich are untouchable. But we'll wait to see what's going to happen. This is African Siri. Israel Gaza, trending every day, and so on. Every now and then it was Israel and Gaza. I mean, I'm not naive. People were dying. Sorry about that, but that's this war, World War III, World War IV. At some point it was Russia and Ukraine, and now Gaza and Israel have called it quits. They've now gotten to a mutual cordial relationship of saying, oh guys, okay, the white flag, I don't know who raised the white flag, but in a war there's something called a white flag. You raise a white flag, ooh, I give up, I tap. It's like, it's like a ceasefire, I tap. And then it looks like either Gaza or Israel they tapped. But yeah, everyone now is claiming, okay, first of all, at some point last week, Nelson Mandela's grandson was in Gaza, trapped in Gaza and held hostage, and he was arrested in Gaza, in Israel, by the way, in Israel. He was in Israel. I mean, what he was doing, we don't know, but he was in Israel, arrested by Israel soldiers. I mean, imagine holding the grandson of Nelson Mandela, the whole Nelson Mandela's grandson. People are not afraid of Mandela's ghost. He's gonna be, I said to you people, you have to release my grandson, or if you don't release my grandson, I will come for you, because I am African, and anyone who wants me to come back to earth, I can do it for my grandson. So, but yeah, Israel folks, Israel soldiers were like, yo, Nelson Mandela is about to come back to real life. Now everybody's claiming to be the biggest negotiator, the biggest problem solver, and we had the big man, President Donald J. Trump. I solved the war. I said, guys, stop it, ceasefire, folks. Everybody just saying, yo, man, I was part and parcel of making sure that Gaza and Israel reach cordial the relationship, continue working together, and blah blah blah, yada. Everybody's just now like, oh, but when shots were fired, people are like, ooh, no, I don't want to be part of, Yes. Now people are dancing because now everything has come to an end, and people are going, yeah, man, I was part of stopping the war. I was part of making sure there's peace. I was part of making sure that Israel and Gaza are coming together to work together in. I don't even know what to say, for the sake of humanity and so on and so forth and blah 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 blah. But yeah, we're glad that the war is over. The war is over now. I can feel the fun now. The war is over. The war is over, folks. Israel and Gaza, men and women, they are happy and so on. And so are the days of our lives. Guess who's going to be contesting for the mayor of Ekurhuleni? Mayor of Ekurhuleni. I mean, Ekurhuleni is based in the bullseye in the migrant city Johannesburg, Egoli, some would say. But yeah, Xolani Khumalo Umtungwa is going to be contesting to be the mayor under Action SA. But yeah, him and Action SA leader Herman Mashaba were looking like they were coming out of a lucky pocket, and I don't understand what type of swag is this. It looks like they were I don't know where they were going, but someone said to them, you guys are looking good, you guys are looking unique. Someone said to them, guys, you really have to be unique so that you stand out. And I think this is what they told themselves before they left their homes, and some people clapped hands and yo, you guys look unique. But yeah, Xolani Khumalo is well known for going after drug dealers on a live television show. I mean, this is one of the bravest guys in South Africa, man. Even the president doesn't do that. Even ministers of police don't do that. This guy goes after drug dealers. This is one of a brave guy. I think is in the top 10 of the bravest guys in South Africa because of their controversial demeanors and how they go about things. But Xolani Zobonage, mayor of Ekurhuleni or not, but politics and show business, I don't know, folks. I don't know. We wish everyone the best of luck, and for the sake of the country. For the sake of the country.
Make me laugh. You're just too good at it.